Welcome back to the Shirtless Plantain Show. I'm your host, Tosin. As always, alongside me is my brother, Coach. When you guys listen to this, you're hearing two guys whose team are in the Champions League officially. Ha 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 ha. So there you go.
I had I had no idea Arsenal had qualified for the Champions League already. That is, oh wow.
United officially qualified today, so therefore that means that United, City, and Arsenal officially the guys in England have qualified. There are other teams, in the next couple of match
They
weeks,
scramble for it. Okay.
but not us because we're there. And if you're watching this, you see this thing on my face, this blue thing is a pimple patch. Bad bitches gotta take care of their skincare as well. So
Yeah.
you know. But what a weekend we had in football this week, Coach. How you feeling? How's life, man? What do you listen to music wise? I love to know these questions before we start.
I won't lie to you, bro. I honestly, I've not been listening to anything, not a
And
single thing, like for ages, bro. I want to say it's weird, but I just don't feel. I think the word is connected. I don't feel connected to anything.
and ladies
I've
and
been doing a
gentlemen,
lot of reading. I've been doing a
this
lot of other shit. So, but yeah,
this is what
music's not.
happens when you're in your dean. Look at this handsome brother when he's on his
No,
deans.
do you know what? It's probably a little bit of that for
Yeah.
sure. But yeah, I just don't listen to anything.
Hey man, I get it.
I know Isaiah Rashad released something the other day.
It was really
I
good.
may or may not check that out, but I have no. The thing is, that's the thing. I think that's what it is. I have no desire.
Yeah,
I
no,
actually
I
don't.
I fully get it. I mean, I listen to music every day, but
Yeah,
Isaiah Rashad's album's really good. But
it's good.
yeah,
Okay,
it's really good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's going 4 for 4 with his projects.
I feel like he should have released it in the winter though because it's coming
It's
up to
just
summer, bro. No one's trying to listen to that sad shit like in the summer, bro.
hey man, sometimes we take long walks in the avenues and the streets of New York. We got to be sad a little bit. It is what it is. Um, we're going over to the Premier League. We're going to start off with Leeds 3, Burnley 1. Burnley are going down. We know that. Leeds whoop their ass. There's no other thing besides that. Burnley now has Michael Jackson as their coach, not the Michael Jackson, but another Michael Jackson. So if you want to get your hee hees, ha ha jokes out, do it now. But we're not going to make those today. So,
Yeah.
but I am a smooth criminal. But go ahead, coach. Anything in there?
They they played it at the end, right? That's good banner.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
really good banner.
yeah. Brentford beat West Ham 3-0. West Ham is useless. We were hoping they could give us something in the title race, but West Ham are useless. So, you know.
Yeah, that was put it like this year. West Ham had one of those games where they could have won themselves 3-0. Um, so I can't fault the effort, but at this time of the season, you shouldn't be having games like that in a relegation fight. It should be, yeah. I respect the intention.
hmm
Just make sure you're that open next week as well, please. Just make sure you're that open next week as well. So
Um, Wolves won, Sunderland won. This game was funny because I bring this game up because Wolves are obviously relegated. Sunderland are safe. We predicted that last year that Sunderland were going to be safe, and it feels good to be right. A lot of
yeah,
times it feels good to be like that. But Sunderland got a red card for something that happened to Sandro Martinez, coach. It's called consistency. A hair pull on Tolu was called
yeah,
for a red card for violent conduct. So shout out to PGMO, I guess, man. So Newcastle beat Brighton 3-1. Carlos Baleba actually looked good despite them losing. Still has something in those legs. But
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
But Whistler's useless. I'm sorry. That's probably the worst. That's probably the worst.
No, man. Newcastle got three of them. It's Wissa, Voltamada, and Elanga.
Yeah, Alanga, and Whistler for sure. Yeah, this may sound away, but Baltimore, I'm not gonna count only because I think he's a good footballer.
Yeah, okay.
The others, I'm just like, yeah, like, all that money and the least you could be is a good footballer. Yeah, they're not even that. So yeah, that's
William
how
Osula confuses me. I don't know if he's good or shit.
I think I won't lie to you. I think he's a good player.
Okay.
I think he's a good player. I just think I mean, the goal he scored against United was mental. Um, and then I saw him like close up last week when they came to London, obviously. And yeah, I like what I see. I'm just not sure if it's. I'm not sure where he's gonna go in terms of his actual not career with Newcastle, but in terms of how high his ceiling is. But yeah, I think he's Premier at the very least he's Premier League standard, which is always a good place to start for a young footballer. So yeah,
Yeah, we love that. Arsenal beat Fulham 3-0. If you're not listening, Coach had his reaction. The Arsenal podcast is out and live now. So,
I didn't actually, unfortunately. I
oh,
wasn't. Yeah, I wasn't. Yeah, I wasn't at the game. Um, but we did do the pod. The pod's out. Yeah.
how do you feel
So,
about this game?
boy, I can give three top like highlights. Number one, having your best attackers available together, playing together is good. It's a good thing. I think all teams that want to succeed should have that.
Yeah.
Uh, sorry if that's profound. I apologize. Um, I also feel like there's a level of investment people have, some Arsenal fans have, and this is just me talking, coming from the angle of me talking to people that I know of, or some of the stuff that they may have shared with me, and there's a level of investment people have in Arsenal's fortunes that isn't intrinsically linked to Arsenal actually doing well. It's
Hmm.
better for these people for Arsenal not to do well, despite them calling themselves Arsenal fans, because they've made so much of an investment over the year or years of saying this player is this or this manager is this kind of thing. And it's like they need Arsenal to do bad for them for there to be a payoff basically.
For sure.
But they claim as Arsenal fan, and yesterday was a huge blow to those sorts of fans for sure.
Hmm.
And the third thing is um, Miles Lewis-Skelly. Yeah, let's keep putting him in these sorts of environments, on match days where he doesn't have to take as much responsibility as others because he can just be a 19-year-old kid and ball out.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. So yeah.
I love that. I have some takes as well. MLS
But
is very good at midfield. So shout out to Basil Skelly. Shout out to his mom. We sometimes forget how young these guys are. They're teenagers, they're babies, early 20s, teens. So they're really talented. Just, adjusting. Sure. So shout out to Mika Atata for also admitting that, the kid's good at midfield because he is. My biggest takeaway from this is everybody who talks bad about this next game I'm about to bring up, Bukayo Saka. If you generally think Bukayo Saka is not a good player or one of the best in the world in that right wing position, give your head a wobble. Um, he's a very, very special player. If you saw him in the first 5-10 minutes, you saw his first touches, you realize like it's a different beast and a different animal. Like his touches are clean. Saka does everything that's supposed to do. And I think the thing I love the most about his first assist was that he's a left-footed player, but he assisted with his right foot. And I was like, yeah, this is why he's starting for England because he's better than everybody else. And when Saka's healthy and fit, ain't too many in the world better than Bukayo Saka. And I promise you that on everything I love. He is a special player.
I'm really worried that he's just going to be in scintillating form between now and the end of the season. He's going to be bouncing physically and all of that, and then he's going to go to America, have a really good World Cup as well, and then come back to the season burnt out again. Like, can somebody do something about this World Cup, please? He's the only person I'm genuinely thinking of. Like,
Yeah.
he's the only person. When it comes to the World Cup, the first one I think of is shit. Saka's going to play a lot of football. That's all I can think of. It's so selfish, but
Yeah, no, I
oh
hear it.
man,
I hear it. I hear it.
Ugh.
I also will say this much: Calafiori is really good at left back. I really, really, really love Willem Saliba. I think Saliba goes understated a lot because of how good he is. I think it's
Everyone's so used to
boring.
it now.
It's boring when you're that good. Jokeres, I will say, shout out to him. And again, this is coming from somebody who professionally hates Arsenal, so I'm actually giving you a lot of compliments. I think when you're that good in the first half, you can
It
shut
makes me
sucker.
feel comfortable. I can't even lie.
Yeah, when you're that good and you can shut off the water in the first half and have a 3-0 lead, and it's good. So shout out to Arsenal. It will be nice to watch Arsenal when we lift the trophy. I will say that much. Bournemouth 3, Crystal Palace 0. This game was so interesting for many reasons, mostly because Palace are just at the beach, man. They just
Mhm.
don't care. Kroupy's really good. Like I said, that's baby Defoe to me. I think he's a special player.
Do you know what's so funny? I think I said after they beat us, yeah,
Yeah,
between him, is it Adley? It's Adley, right? Yeah,
yeah,
Adley. Is he Adley? They're gonna fetch Bournemouth like well over 100 million.
yeah.
Um, and I think we always kind of sort of understate just how good a lot of these players are that aren't playing for top six clubs.
Hmm.
Really and truly, if you're not shopping in like France, yeah, the mid-table in the Premier League is a great place to shop. It's a fantastic place to shop.
If you get
Um,
the right deals.
yeah, if you get the right deals, like, but yeah, Krupi is, where did he come from again? League One, of course.
League
So
Two.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. So, and he scored like what 30 goals last year, something like that.
Something
Um,
crazy, yeah.
so yeah, he's he's a really special player. I didn't enjoy how subdued his celebration was because when he was at the Emirates, he was celebrating he legit celebrated like there was hate in his heart, and I'm just like, what's all that about? And then
Yeah,
against Palace, it was all you know, whatever. I'm too cool for schools now. That I'm looking at sideways, but that's just the petty in me.
yeah. Alex Scott's a very good player as well. So they got, and Ryan's a very good talent as well. So they got some talent
Mm,
over there at Bournemouth.
mm,
Man United 3, Liverpool 2. This game made my heart smile, made my heart joy, made me happy. We look good in parts. And I think the one thing, and I obviously I'm gonna do a United podcast, I promise you guys. I've been delaying a little bit, but I promise I'll do that. The one thing I'll say for sure about Manchester United, we're a work in progress. I had a conversation with one of my group chats earlier, someone saying that, are United good or United bad? I said, we don't have to be too bipolar and extreme in these, right? I just think that this is a team that's a work in progress where we have
mm,
two functioning center midfielders. One is a superb talent in Kobe
mm.
Mainoo, and the other one is legs are gone. When you watch United long enough, you see Casemiro, as much as he does well with scoring, his legs are completely gone. We need a left winger
Can we
badly.
blame Ugarte for that? Because he should be good enough to save his legs.
Ugarte is not a good player, bro. There's a reason why he didn't play at PSG, and the reason why Carrick is not playing him. You have two, and again, I'm going to take a step back for everybody to listen to this who've never seen these two guys play. Luis Enrique is one of the best center midfielders of his generation. We can
Mm,
say that with on complete honesty, right, Coach?
mm. Yeah,
We can also say Michael Carrick was one of the best midfielders of his generation, right?
Carrick was undoubtedly. But the things with Luis Enrique, I feel like he was more of like an attack minded.
Attacking midfielder. Yeah,
Yeah,
fair enough. But I'm saying that these two guys were really good in their positions growing up,
yeah,
right?
yeah, for
As
sure.
players.
So they'll know a good player just by
So
looking.
when they're both not playing Ugarte, there's a reason because they just know that this guy's not good at football. So
Yeah,
United are still a work in progress. And you see it in spurts and things where you can see if you upgrade certain positions that they're going to do well. But when we beat Liverpool today, it made me so happy because one, we qualified for Champions League after 3 years. Two, Kobe Mainoo is
has it been 3 years?
2023, 2024. Yeah. Why do you think I kept telling United fans stop being a bitch? Like, stop worrying about how we play. This is about results. Grind it out, get the results, and all of that. But I will say
Well, I
this
did
much.
not know that. Yes,
Yeah. So we beat Liverpool, our biggest rivals, and this is the first time we've done a double over Liverpool since 2015.
yes.
Yeah. So it was a great result for United. Results be damned. Kobe Mainoo scores a winner after getting a new contract. What more can you want as a United fan? You beat your biggest rivals to go to the thing, and then you got the hearkening complaining about VAR. I love it.
The Harkin and the fucking hell.
Yeah.
I will say though, that the level of inconsistency with PGMO is hilarious because even looking back at the Palace game as well, like the penalty, Dean Henderson falling on Krupi, like was it Krupi? No, he fell on Senesi. Sorry,
Hmm.
that
It
was
wasn't a
weird.
penalty.
I don't think, and then you look at the oh my gosh, West Ham. There was a like someone got completely taken out basically.
Hmm.
Even though the player slips, but then you could give it, and then you look at the Sheshko thing, and I get it. You can't tell for sure. Like you can't. Well, if they say it's inconclusive, but let's be honest, it hit his hand. And
Hmm.
what the rule states, if it hits that, it doesn't matter if he brushes it. If it hits his hand, it hits his hand. But they gave it, and the issue is that next week they won't give it. That is the issue. That is
Hmm.
the issue. So, I
Like I,
felt
s-
gone.
I was gonna say, like I said, VAR is not the issue. It's the application of VAR that's the issue.
It's application, but also not that I'm leaning more towards it, but I understand why some people want it gone because they're like, what's the point of having it if you can't come to a? The whole point of it was to have a genuine, consistent consensus on things, but VAR is adding more layers to this shit. So I understand why people want it gone. Um, so yeah, I suppose I'm officially on the fence with VAR now. I think I
I
think
hear
I'm
you.
officially on the fence with it.
I hate you. But yeah, United got a big 3 points and they're Champions League bound. So shout out to Carrick and his team. Aston Villa won, Tottenham 2. Aston Villa are shit. It's
Yeah.
so funny because I've seen a lot of people today realize and say something that Arsenal fans said for a long time that Emery's actually not a good coach. I was like, well, yes. Obviously, they rested their team for Thursday against Nottingham Forest to make the final, but they just look pathetic. And Tottenham came out and Conor Gallagher scored and Richarlison was fighting. They looked good and healthy. So They love the Zerbi over there now, but ugh, they gave me the ick. Aston Villa did, man. I really hope they don't make Champions League this year. I hope they finish seventh or sixth. They're losers, so that's all I gotta say. Question?
Yeah,
Anything from you?
I just think there was a lot of what do you call it, victory lapping earlier in the season with Emery. Where it's like,
Hmm.
guys, we've been here long enough to know what exactly what Emery is and what his teams are. The fact that I was watching them on a weekly basis, thinking, wow, Villa won today, but they were absolutely pummeled. And then next week will come and go, oh yeah, Villa won again today. Man, they suck. Like but do you know what I'm saying? And then it's like now the chickens are coming home to roost. If Forest beat them, and I'm conflicted here, I don't know who I want to win here because I despise Forest purely because of their owner. Like their owner is detestable. But then I also hate Villa because one Emery, but also Martinez for sure, and Tyrone Mongs as well. So yeah, I don't know. I think if I had to close my eyes and pick, I would pick Forest. I think I would pick Forest, but yeah, if both of them could lose, that would be great. So
There we go. But yeah, Chelsea plays Forest tomorrow
hmm.
at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Everton City at 3 o'clock. So a lot of games tomorrow, man. A lot of games, big games too. So you got any standings for us, Coach, in the Prem?
Yes, I certainly do. So Arsenal are top on 76 points. We won't talk about how many games are played. Uh, then we have another team in second on 70 points that you mentioned that they're playing tomorrow. And then we have United officially qualified for the Champions League on 64 points. I did know, however, that officially United can't win the Prem. Yesterday was confirmed. I did know that as well. Liverpool on 58 points, along with Villa. Bournemouth on 52. Brentford on 51 in seventh place. I
Hmm.
was looking for bare long, and that's when I saw Chelsea. Oh gosh, yeah, they're definitely not playing Champions League, man. Still, it ain't happening. Oh
Good.
well.
Let's go over to Germany. We're gonna redraw some of the games, but I'm gonna talk. I have a question for Coach.
Okay.
Frankfurt lost to Hamburg 2-1. Hoffenheim and Stuttgart was 3-3. Bayern and Heidenheim was 3-3. You mentioned something about Elise pressing in this game.
Yeah, I mean, he came off the bench, right? They've got a Champions League, and this is very pointed what I'm going to say. And those who understand, understand. Those who don't, it's no biggie, right? But they've got a big Champions League game on Wednesday. They won the league 2 weeks ago now,
Hmm.
and he's been resting all of these players. Um, and then he brings him off the bench. I think they were 2-0 down or two. I think they were 1 or 2-0 down. I want to say, um, but he brings him off the bench. I think at halftime, and the equalizing goal is a absolute like it's a rocket. But Elise is chasing the guy down into his own box. By the way,
Hmm.
tracking back 3 days before a Champions League semi-final.
Hmm.
The league is already won. The league is already won. Does that seem unnecessary, like an unnecessary risk?
Yes and no, because some people just have X dog in them. Expected
Mhm,
dog is through the roof. I
mhm.
think his Ajay is very, very large. He's a big dog.
Yeah, I think I'm with you there. But then there's another question I want to ask: is there a concept of rust and making sure that the players are sharp? You know, despite them getting rest, make sure that they're sharp. Is that also a thing as well?
I think so. I think so.
Okay,
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that we're clear on this because there are a lot of people that have complaints about certain players playing. You know, when they think they should be resting or whatever else, and they make the claim without actually knowing that
Hmm.
there's others that also um, uh, make these sorts of decisions as well, but they'd never know it because they only have eyes for certain clubs basically. So I'm just going to be clear here again. Elise has a big Champions League game on Wednesday. The league is already wrapped up, and he played on the weekend, and he was tracking back. The most important thing here is he was tracking back right
Hmm.
into his own box.
Yeah.
Just so we're clear here, it
Okay.
does happen to other players in other leagues. Just so we're clear here, guys.
Okay.
All right, I've made my point.
Werder lost to Augsburg 3-1. Union Berlin was 2-2 against Cologne. Leverkusen put their hands and feet on Leipzig and beat them 4-1.
It was more like Patrick Ship, boy. Bloody hell.
Yeah, razor sharp.
Yeah.
Um, Mönchengladbach beat Dortmund 1-0, and this is where my major question when the Bundesliga comes in, Coach.
Mm.
Do you think it was a bad mistake for Joe Bellingham to go to Dortmund?
There's been a lot of talk about him of late, and I'm always of the opinion. Put this, I'm always of the opinion that young players' developments are never ever. There's no two players that are the same. And yeah, he's got the Bellingham name, but he's not his brother. Now he's got a lot of great tools and a lot of great like attributes that are very very useful. But is he going to be like the prodigy that his brother was? Probably not. I could say definitely not. Does that mean that in 2 years' time he still might be a fantastic footballer? Potentially, but
Hmm.
you got to kind of just let him be like and go through the difficulties because what is he? He's still only what like 18 or 19.
No, he's like 20 now, I believe. I want to double
How old is he
check.
20 when his brother's only like 21, bro? I'm sure he's still like. Let's have a look.
Yeah, Job is 20. He turns 21 in September.
So he's yeah. So he's okay. So he's
And
still
Jude is 22, turning
yeah.
23.
You see, so yeah, man. Like I'm. You see, Jude only being 22 is fucking crazy, man. How can Jude only be 22, bro?
Life. What do you mean? It is what it is.
Ryan. Anyway, the point I'm making is he's not. You know, he's not. He's not like a. He's not the finished article, and he's definitely not a bust. It's just his brother came before him, and his brother is
A glitch in the matrix.
yeah, he's just fake. So yeah, I think he's got a lot of great skills, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
Can we get the standings in Germany so we can go over to Spain?
Shame, my bad. Yeah, of course. Give me 1 second. So in Germany we have. It's kind of boring now, but Bayern Munich have already won the league on 83 points. Dortmund on 67 points. Leipzig on 62. Leverkusen on 58. To round out the top four, Stuttgart also on 58, and Hoffenheim on 58, and then Freiburg, who have got a Europa League semi-final. Um, they're on 44 points in seventh place. Cool. There are no other teams to talk about in the Bundesliga ever until next season. We won't talk about
Yeah.
anybody else.
So
Thank you.
Noah Tableau is their goalkeeper for Freiburg. He saved the penalty on Thursday in Europa League, and
Mm.
all you can hear from the microphone is like, I told you," and I was just like, I love when goalkeepers talk their shit. We
Yeah.
get over to Spain in La Liga. Villarreal put the hands, feet, neck, all of that on Levante. Beat them 5-1. Atletico
Some of the
Madrid.
ball striking in this game was mad. Pepe's
Yeah.
goal, oof. Buchanan's goal, oof, oof.
You know our quotation Buchanan? So there's a Canadian snack called Timbits, and I call him Timbits Leroy Sane. He is 416 Sane. That's what he is. He's just the Canadian version of Leroy Sane to the
Yeah.
afro and everything. Um, Atletico Madrid beat Valencia 2-0, so good for them going against their game against Arsenal. Barcelona beat Osasuna 2-1. Marcus Rashford got an assist, so shout out to Marcus for doing his thing. It was a really good
Good
assist
cross,
too.
great header.
hmm Real Betis beat Real Oviedo 3-0. And Espanyol lost to Real Madrid 2-0. And I have a question for you.
Yeah,
Does Vinny look freer without Mbappe there?
I'm not answering about my lawyer because I don't want to upset Mugabe. So yeah, look, man. I don't see how they sell either one this summer. They're gonna have to make it work. No, neither one of them are leaving. Neither like how does that happen? How
Do you
do
know
they?
you know what it sounds like? You remember Friday when Craig's mom gave him money and he goes, "This ain't enough." It was make it enough.
Yeah,
That's what they are.
you're gonna have to make it. How can you have Mbappe and Vinny and not want to make it work? How spoiled can you be, guys? I mean, don't get me wrong. If you want to give evil, if you want to donate one of them to a cause in North London, I mean, I wouldn't say no. But
Yeah.
how can you have them and have issues? That's actually too funny. Does he look freer based on the goals today? Fucking hell, man. I
Yeah.
don't know which one was better. I think the second one was so interesting because the way he strikes the ball is such a high level technique, and the ball cannons off his foot. Um, yeah, he may look through. I mean, if he doesn't put it like this, he doesn't score those types of goals today, if Mbappe's in the team, I think
Mhm.
Mbappe's standing in his way
Yeah.
basically.
Coach, I do have a fun for you while you get the stands for La Liga. I
But,
went to the new Nike store, which is opposite the street in
mm,
Soho, and I got to see some of the national team jerseys. And I'll say this much:
mm.
the Nigeria kid's nice, man. I'm sorry. I know we're talking about Vinny, but I do like the new Nigeria kids. Home and away. I'm
Oh no,
sorry.
I've been had the La Liga standards up, but yeah, I mean, yeah, they're got. The funny thing is, yeah, they're gonna go on sale pretty soon because they're not at the World, like Nigeria not at the
Yeah.
World Cup. So yeah, I'll pick some shit up then.
Let's look at the standings of La Liga so we can get over to Serie A.
The Barca are 11 points clear with four games left. Essentially, if they win their next game, it's over. I think if we're looking at fixture, the El Clasico is the next round of fixtures. It is, isn't it? Yeah. Oof. Yeah, that's interesting. Anyway, yeah. So they're second. Real Madrid are second on 77 points. Villarreal 68 points. Atletico on 63. And fourth, Betis on 53. And Celta Vigo on 47 to round out the top six.
Okay. We're going over to Serie A. Como and Napoli was 0-0. Atlanta Genoa was 0-0.
Hmm.
Sassuolo beat Milan 2-0. Listen, their coach right now, um, whatever, I forgot who Milan's coach is because they're so bad that I forgot
Hmm.
who their coach is. Allegri,
Yeah.
listen, he's not a good person. That's all I got to say is that Milan, in their last how many games since March 1st, have scored three, 6 goals in their last month and a half. From March 1st to April 26th, they scored 6 goals.
Yeah, that you know what that sounds like? That sounds like hell, first and foremost. But also par for the course for Allegri. So yeah.
Milan are pathetic, man. Free Rafael, man. Free all the bad bitches locked up during a quarter century. Juventus and Verona was 1-1. And last but not least, Inter Milan beat Parma 2-0, and they won the 21st Serie A title. So congratulations to Inter Milan for doing what we knew they were going to do last year, which is winning the title.
Yeah,
Maldini.
shout out to Christian Kiev as well, because obviously I think they won it against Parma, right?
Hmm.
And I'm pretty sure he left Parma to go and coach into the season, right? And then he wins the title against them. Yeah, shout out to him, man.
I got a
Um,
fun stat for you, coach.
go on.
The last foreign coach to win Serie A was Jose Mourinho with Inter in 2009 2010. At that time, Kiva was a play Mourinho's treble winning squad. Today,
Mhm,
Kiva
yeah,
was listed Scudetto yet again his debut season as Inter's coach and in a 15-year-old streak. This is what I'm saying. We are old because how can a man who was in the with the how can a man who was in the team that last won with a foreign coach be the one foreign coach to win it now? We are living in a simulation.
yeah. I mean, shout out to Christian Kiev. I just remember that wonder of a left foot that he had and that helmet he used to wear as well. So shout out to him.
Can we get the standings in Serie A before we go to Ligue 1?
Yeah, we can. Inter 82 points, Napoli 70 points in second, Milano 67, Juve on 65, Como on 62, and Roma on 61 to round out the top six.
Love it.
Wouldn't it be
We go.
really funny if Como fell out of the top five? That would be really funny, wouldn't it?
Everyone's favorite. Can't coach the defense for his life.
Mhm.
League on. Now Nantes beat Marseille 3-0. Happy by you are a terrible coach. We try not to slander black men on this podcast because we are black men, but Happy by you are the Doc Rivers of Lear and Rosinius.
That's funny.
PSG tied Lorient 2-2. Mets, they lost to Monaco 2-1. And you know why this game is so important for Monaco, coach?
Go on.
Guess who started for the first time in 3 years today?
Paul Pogba.
He did. And guess who finally got his goal scoring streak back? Folarin Balogun. and Ansu Fati scored the winner. So
Hasn't Fallon Bowman been scoring for like the last like
yeah,
8 games in a row?
last week he stopped. Last week he didn't score,
Oh, okay, fair enough.
but now we picked it back up. So we love a consistent Nigerian man. Many women wish they could say the same, but we can't relate. Nice won, Lens won, Lille won, Le Havre won. Strasbourg lost to Toulouse 2-1. Paris FC beat Brest 4-0. Apparently, Luca Show is getting a look at for Nigeria. And Moses Simon is tasked to get Luca Show to play for Nigeria. So it's always nice to have white men for Nigeria, light skin or not. And Lyon beat Rennes 4-2. Endrick scored. And I want to ask you a question about Endrick's career. Where do you think Endrick should do next year? Because they talk about Endrick should be on the right wing and Vinicius on the left, and Mbappe is the striker.
That's never happening with Mbappe there. Like Mbappe's gonna say, fuck that, go and he's literally gonna say, go and get Michael Elise, or else, or else I'm keeping Vinicius in my dungeon basically. That's like, he's not gonna stand for Endrick. Like he's gonna be like, I wanna win. I'm not having a little 19-year-old uh, Bobby Charlton tribute act playing on my right wing, fuck all of that. So yeah, I mean, where should he go? It might be better for him to actually just have a permanent move to Lyon and maybe spend a couple of years there. You know, it might actually be might be best for him, and then he makes his actual big move where he can be like up someone's marquee signing.
Mhm.
If not, if he's gonna make a move now, then definitely stay away from Italy for sure.
They gotta call him.
Um,
They gotta call him Negroni and not the drink.
yeah. Um, where should he actually go? Maybe Liverpool. Maybe Liverpool if they can afford it.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. We have the standards in France, so we can talk about more things that happen.
Yeah, I mean, but it's kind of boring because it's just I'm so disappointed in Lons. Like PSG gave them a bit of a layup this weekend and they didn't take it. Um, but PSG on 70 points, Lons on 64 in second, Lyon on 60, Lille on 58 in fourth, Run on 56, and Monaco on 54 to round up the top six.
Coach, we forgot to talk about the first goal in the Ran Leon game from Musa Samari, the volley. How sick was
Well,
that?
he's got into my winners this week. So yeah.
There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Champions League week is back. Arsenal and Atleti play on
Mhm.
Tuesday. Wednesday is PSG versus Bayern, which, by the way, I know a lot of people said that was a great game, but again, when my team starts playing basketball like that and there's so many holes in the team, I get annoyed. So it was fun for the neutral, but for me as a personal fan, if I see Carrick do that for United, I'm going to kick him in the shins myself.
Yeah.
So yeah, winners and losers this week. Let's go. My winners for this week: Kobe Mano and Michael Carrick. There
Hmm.
was an angel in the Bible called Archangel Michael, who was the power between evil and good. Michael Carrick came over and took over Ruben Amorim's evil, and now United are in Champions League with 3 games left to play. That is an amazing job for Michael Carrick. Second of all, Kobe Mano signed a new contract on Thursday, scored a win against Liverpool on Sunday. We love that. In order to pay tribute to Kobe Mano, I'm eating 4 boiled eggs today for dinner. My other one, Ipswich Town. Kieran McKenna is back in the Prem with Ipswich Town, so congratulations to him. And my last one is Bukayo Saka because Bukayo Saka was very good at football and he did all he could in the 45 minutes and got all 3 points. So shout out to Saka. Who are your winners this week?
Before I get into mine, just on Ipswich, when I was out yesterday, I saw a couple of Ipswich fans
Mm-hmm.
because they play QPR, and I was like, I went up to him, I was like, oh, congratulations, we'll see you next year, kind of thing. And he looked at me, he goes, who are you? He's like, Arsenal, innit? I'm like, yeah. And my missus was like, how did we know? Kind of thing. I was like, isn't it obvious? Like, black guy in London, who else is he gonna support?
United, maybe.
See, she said you couldn't be United. I was like, yeah, but really, like, no, like you're more likely to run into a black Arsenal fan than the United now, at least. Anyway, I think.
Yeah.
But
Speaking of
yeah,
Arsenal, I saw
that's so funny. Huh?
I saw something crazy this weekend.
Go on.
It was Bashi, Thierry Henry, and Akela next to each other.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw that. I saw that as well. Actually, yeah, Arsenal love doing that. Um, oh yeah, so my winners, Vinny, because both goals were stupid. Altamari, because his goal, go see that was absolutely dumb, and Arsenal are my winners, man, because it's been a tough May and we've come out of it. So
Tough
nice.
April.
So yeah, tough April, shall I say?
Yes. That's what we do over here. We help each other as black men. We help each other grow up. My losers for this week, Ruben Amorim, simply because he cannot find space for Kobe Manu, and Kobe Manu is now
Mm,
looking like the man that he's supposed to be. Liverpool, well, because fuck you.
mm,
I have no rhyme or reason, so fuck you, and you lost. And we did a double over you. And your
mm,
course is like a Harkonnen. And that's when at least happy by it. He's just a loser.
mm.
So, who are your losers, coach?
Aston Villa because yeah, you've helped them. West Ham because you've also helped them, and Milan because they're just very depressing. It's that simple.
Yeah, I mean, that's all we got for this week, man. I mean, there's a lot of football happening Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday again. We're in squeaky bum time because everyone's trying to get all the games in before the World Cup starts. So, boy, ladies and gentlemen, all I can say is stay tuned to us. We got a lot more fun coming for you. And if your team's not in Champions League, don't listen to our voice because there's only two of us in this podcast that's on the Champions League, and that's me and Coach.
Yeah, that's that. Or if you support Chelsea or City as well, like you can get fucked.
Nah, we're all inclusive over here, man. We're very inclusive over here. We
No, no,
believe
no, 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 no. We
I
aren't, bro.
am. I believe in everyone's pronoun, man. I believe in your pronouns. I believe in what you're identifying. Even if
Good
you're
for you,
trans,
Tosin.
even if you're
You can
trans
be
city or
Tosin over
trans
there.
Chelsea.
You can be Mr. Kumbaya over there. It's never going to be sweet with me.
Do you know why it's sweet for me, bro?
Go on,
Because I get the Champions League anthem at Old Trafford next season.
you man.
We have a saying in Yoruba, "Okomiti bale." I'm very happy. You know, I'm about to call my dad and troll him after we finish recording. You know.
Fairs.
Yeah, but anyways, we got nothing else to add, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for listening to us and supporting us. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and we will be back with more this week. Everyone take it easy. Coach, you know what to tell the people.
Peace.